Hello everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video, and today I'll be showing you 10 things you should know after 2 years of playing guitar. And this is for consecutive playing, like regular playing, like maybe like at least 4 times a week maybe, of 2 years. So if like you've played for 1 year, took a break for like a year and play again, it doesn't count. And if you've been playing like once a month for 2 years, first of all, what are you doing? Like, what? And second of all, that doesn't count. So yeah, to start into the first one. Alright, so the first thing you should know about is the movable chord shapes. Now, every chord shape is technically movable. Take this E major, for example. It's only E major, because I have the E note, this note, that note, and all the notes. But if we were to move it up one whole step, it'd still be a major chord, but you remember you have to move on the E chord is your nut. You'd have to move that up 1 fret, so that where you can place the bar. That's where you can place the bar. Sorry, and still use the same shape with your pinky and your middle finger to create an F major. So it's still a major chord, 1 step up, 1 whole step up. So technically, they call it an open chord. It's not movable. Technically, it is movable. Just need to add a bar. Just keep going. F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, so on and so forth. Wait, there isn't B sharp. Never mind. Know what I'm talking about. Anyways, yeah, so it is a movable shape. Take this A again. A major, root note, rest of them. If you were to raise it up 1 step, you have this. You'll know this shape are major chord without the E as a bass, instead of the A as a bass. That's still a movable shape from the A major. We have movable major shape. A minor. We're doing minor chords now. Move this up 1 fret, add a bar here. Becomes our minor shape you know so well. Same with minor chords here. A minor, F minor, same thing, just move it at 1 fret and add a bar. This is where it gets interesting with our D chord, where the root is actually on the 4th string. Technically it can be, technically will be a major chord if you move it up, but then it's just becoming, then you're just essentially making a smaller version of a big chord you could otherwise play. So it's not the best way to play chords. I generally avoid it, but it is technically a movable shape. Especially you start playing with capos. If I were to put one on the 7th fret, it's still technically a major chord up there. It's just not a D, and this is like because we're putting a capo on the 7th fret. Also, it's hard to make a chord shape like that. It's kind of awkward for your fingers. So that's why it's not really used, but technically if you got a capo, you can move it up all over the fret and, you know, have a bunch of major chords. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is you should know a bit about scales, mainly the pentatonic and the major scale. So the major scale, G major scale for you. You should know how to play that by now. And if you take first let's do the major pentatonic. Major pentatonic. Then there's the minor pentatonic. So you should know what that is. First of all, the pentatonic is just skipping the 4 and 6, right?
4 and 7.
4 and 7. I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's just skipping 4 and 7. It's just notes to go better with the backing track. If I just throw, if you just play the over that, it sounds alright. Like you can make notes like this, runs like this. throw that over like, and it'll sound alright. It won't sound like superly off key. Like if you were to use a major scale, it would sound. Some parts would fit, but like sometimes if you were to play, for example, the 4 for too long, you'll start to sound a bit weird. Like imagine that. It doesn't really fit as well, so that's why you should know a bit about the minor pentatonic and the major pentatonic to play, like, to start soloing over backing tracks, which is important. Alright, the next thing you should know about, so, like, your wrist isn't built to do this very quickly. It doesn't, like, naturally, we like, moving your whole hand that quickly, it'll get tiring and stuff. So this trick I've learned is to use only your fingers and kind of move your pick in a circular motion. So forward, that's a very useful trick if you want to play fast, like not the best at it, but like some people can do like really fast stuff while using their thumb and their index finger instead of moving the whole hand like this. That's a bit inefficient. So that's a very important trick to have after 2 years of playing. You should know about it. Some people won't, but it's still good to know after 2 years. Let's see, that was 4, right? Being able to bend 5 to a decent like amount higher. Bending is one of the biggest things that like people play for solos. Like instead of playing this, go like this. It sounds a lot cooler than just playing notes. So it should be able to bend a decent amount. One tone's a good place a full tone's a good place to start. And then we can start into 1.5. And then 2. And then 2.5. And then, I'm not sure if I can get 3, but kind of. And you should be able to bend round 1 and 1.5 at least, because of course bending is a super important part of soloing. And that is number 5. Number 6, you should know Johnny Be Good. It's difficult for 2 years, but I think if you're good enough, you can pull it off. Maybe 2.5 years for some people. But yeah, Johnny Be Good. Well, I mean, at least Chuck Berry song, like, but I chose Johnny Be Good because everyone knows Johnny Be Good. Most people probably should. Unless if you don't, you're uncultured. And what are you doing with your life? It was in Back to the Future, so a lot of people should know it. But yeah, it's one of the founding rock and roll songs by one of the founding rock and roll members. That part. Oh, I didn't play that well actually, but yeah, you should probably know that after 2 years. It's one of the essential rock songs, and yeah, it's just a fun song to play in general. Carrying on swiftly on to the next point, we have the 12-bar blues progression. You should know how to do this. I think even by first year you might want to know how to do this if you really wanted to play blues only. If you want to go down that route all the way, it's one of the first things you would learn. So it's pretty simple. So it's just power chord and then going to the 6th. Pretty easy, you can play it down here. Gosh, hold on a
my god.
Anyways, yeah. That was, wait. Before I tell you what song it is, whoever can guess what song that was, it's not that clear to, play it perfect, but whoever can guess what song that was, shout out in the next video. Because, if you know it, then, you're good, you're cool, you're fab, and you know stuff. So yeah, you're gonna shout out in the next video if you know that song. Tip, it was in the album Imagine. I'll play it again for you. Anyways, so yeah, and carrying swiftly to our next point, because I just had to do it not long ago, tuning your guitar roughly to similar pitch relative within each other. Now, like sometimes if you're playing and you don't have a tuner, your guitar got a tune and you might not know what to do. So it's pretty important to know relative tuning. So simply you fifth fret on the lower string, play the next string open. It only works if your E string's tuned well, but for quick tuning, it's good to have because at least you won't sound like you won't sound perfect, but you'll sound relative with each other. Like if your G was perfectly tuned, but everything else was flat, the G will still sound weird. So yeah, still 5th fret, open, sounds similar, okay. The only exception is G to B, which is 4th fret. And then again 5th fret. It's pretty good. Yeah, so it's important to have. It won't be spot on unless you know how to tune your E, which I don't. Yeah, it's a pretty useful skill to have. What is that, 7 now? Anyways, it's not even gonna be numbered. I'm just gonna ramble off. Like, I'll count them after and put them in the title, like 11.5 things you should know, whatever. Can't speak anymore. Anyways, next one, I don't even know where we're at anymore. This move. I kind of demonstrated already for you. It's combining bending and just fretting note. It's the key is to bend to the same pitch as the note you're fretting on the string below. It's the blues thing. Yeah, you should know how to do it. It's in a lot of solos. It adds a nice depth to your tone. And to put some gain on it. You can create quite an attack, whether just from more attack than just bending a single note. Moving on now, the next one I have for you is that should be it, yeah. Probably is it. I'm not sure. Probably have more that I'll come back to, but yeah, I think it's it. Shout out to anyone who knows that tune.